guys, back again, and I'm just gonna lift up the insulating material that we made. That's what it looks like after our little burn test. That's the other side, and just want to get you guys an idea of the thickness on that thing. It's like a 1/4 inch thick. I would add maybe another 1/4 inch thickness onto this. So in that case, you'd use the entire box of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of the baking soda. And that way, and when you roll it out, just make sure you keep a little bit thicker than this, right? Add another 1/4 inch, and that way you'll have less heat transfer through the material. But like I said, I can still take a torch to this thing. We'll do some more testing and just blast this thing with a torch, and we'll put some temperature probes on it and stuff like that. But other than that, it seems to be pretty decent. Not too shabby. So I'm gonna probably keep this outside here for a little bit, just to make sure it's totally, I'm pretty sure everything's out, but you know, you don't want anything stinking up the house. So not too shabby, guys, right? Not too shabby whatsoever. Alrighty. There'll be more tests to come. I gotta get cleaned up. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. The cold Off-Grid Tiny House. Let me show you some dates, times, temperatures, all that fun stuff. There is the date, the time, and the temp in here. Or 41.7 Fahrenheit. And it's 50.2 Fahrenheit outside. Or 5.4 and 10 C. Okay. Ash vacuum. My dad bought this actually probably about a year ago. He never used it. He got it in the clearance section for like $20. And since we don't have a wood stove at home, and I have a baby wood stove right over here, I think I'm due, because I've never cleaned out my ashes ever from this wood stove since installing it. So I think we're due. And up here, fireproof insulation. So I want to clean all the ash out, start a fire. I moved all my heat sinks off the top because I want to kind of cook my insulation a bit heavier. So that's the plan. So we're going to see if this vacuum will run on a mod sine wave inverter that is jerry-rigged between 2 batteries. And I think we have plenty of sun out, which is a good thing. But let's do a little check here. I don't think I've run this with the inverter hooked up. So inverter is on, and this battery just pooched. But if I shut off the load side, will it come back? The inverter just... Hear the clicking? Okay, the inverter's still on, 120 volts. I do not know if it will run the vacuum. I shut all my loads off up here, the 12 volt loads. Everything's being fed into the inverter. This guy's sitting at 12.8, the wind turbine. So the only thing left to do is to remove this guy and plug in the vacuum cleaner to see if it will even run on this setup. If not, I'm gonna have a fire without cleaning the ash drawer, and Yeah, that's happening. And back there's a box. You may see it next to the bed. I'm going to show you that as well. But that'll be in a later video. But for now, I'm going to see if I can hook up this vacuum cleaner to a mod sine wave inverter. That's only 400 watts, by the way. So I don't even know if it'll turn on. I didn't bring the lithium battery. Maybe I should have. But let's go ahead, and I'm going to grab my headlamp, because that way we have some lighting. And let's see what kind of moisture issues we're having. Not too many that I can see of. Let's see. Oh, there's our drip. Oh, one just fell down into the bucket there. Yeah. So as the warmer temperatures start creeping up, this will start becoming more active for obvious reasons, right? But at least it's not going anywhere but where I want it to, into this little, and there's not much moisture in there, which is a good thing. Alrighty guys, so this guy has 3 holsters there, and then a nice giant filter that's cleanable, which is good. This basket comes out and also washable. And then here comes all the hoses and stuff I need in order to go to work here, which is kind of a good thing. So this goes down over top, and then all the suction goes down into the bottom catchment, and this filter keeps everything kind of half-assed together. Now I'm going to hook this up, and I don't even know if I have enough power to run it via my crappy off-grid setup in the back, because I do not have the big guns with me. I don't have the lithium battery with me today. So, it'll be a miracle if this cord's even long enough. So let me see exactly if it is or not. It might, with the hose and everything, we might just make it. Just. So, what I'll do is I'm going to pull some stuff. Ugh. Come on. There we go. We are now plugged in, and I'm going to grab the camera and show you guys. Alright. So, I'm plugged into the 120 volt power bar right here, and the inverter is built into this guy. The battery that is questionable because it's coming up on its end of lifespan, but it's also being backfed with this battery, which is bigger and not of the same chemistry. You're not supposed to do that. So we're going to turn it on, and it probably will shut everything off when I start pulling a massive load like a vacuum, especially this kind. But first, I need to set up the camera, and I'm probably going to set them up over here. That way, you guys get to see something. Voila. Okay. So, I'm going to attach the hoses. And we're going to go from there. and see. There we go. This should be plenty, I would assume. So, here comes the power, guys. I won't even turn on. Alright. Not in its lifetime, it says, I bet. Let me turn this on again. Are you joking? Okay, so that works not very well. That will not even run this vacuum cleaner. So, off this thing goes. Well, unfortunately that won't be happening today. But we'll save that for another time, I guess. I'll just have to have one more fire before we get anywhere. And that's just the way it is. So, that's a downer, guys. Sorry about that. I desperately need a table right here, because I do a lot of filming in front of the wood stove. Need something here. But anyways, I'm gonna get a fire going, then we'll get into all the other stuff going on. See you in a bit.